Hello and welcome back to another video. This is your Everton versus West Ham United match preview. Make sure to like the video and subscribe. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. Thank you for the support as of recently. And we should be having exciting things coming up, man. Obviously just trying to grow the channel as usual. Let's get into the match preview. Now, David Moyes' press conference, don't think has come out as I'm recording this on a Thursday. I'm actually not sure whether I'm going to put this out on a Thursday or not. But what I do know is that West Ham obviously beat Brentford 4-2. If you haven't watched the aftermath and the match reaction, go check that out. And we're coming up against the Everton side who had their points deduction actually reduced. So it was from 10 points to 6 points. Now, Everton actually had a bit of a bounce back, like apart from the Man United game where they actually should have won, but got beat 3-0. They won on a few games around, and then they went not a winless streak. I don't think they went on a winless streak, but they struggled for a bit. I think we're seeing that Sean Dyche is squeezing what he can, and what I mean is that Everton's squad isn't terrible, but due to their financial situation, they're getting the best of what they can. Calvert-Lewin hasn't been the same. He hasn't actually, I don't think he's scored since the game against us, because the goal against Tottenham came off Harrison. So I don't think it counted. But we all know what's going to happen with that. Has a good record against us, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And if you remember the reverse fixture as well, we was awful. We played a 4-2-3-1. I think Paquetá was on the left, Kudus in the middle, Bone on the right, and Antonio up front. Now, apart from Ogbonna for Zuma, you could probably argue that if we're going off last game, it shouldn't be any changes for from the Brentford game. I have to specify as well. I have to specify this. I'm not going to be watching the game because I'm at work, as the game's going on, so I won't be able to see anything. But I just hope for a win by the time I get back home, and I look at my phone. I'm hoping to see a West Ham United win. Now, I saw a stat that I didn't know, and I think it was Emerson, Paquetá, and Kudus. Whenever they've started together, they've never lost. Now, if you go to the reverse fixture of Everton, I've just realised that Aaron Cresswell started that game. One of the few games he started. Now, when you think about it, all the games we've lost, literally, we've not lost with all three of them. Now, it does prove what we've been saying, though. We're relying on the same players. And we haven't got a squad, we've got an 11. But even with that 11, you can't really say we've put in that many great performances. Now, what we can count is Brentford was a good performance and a good win. Now, if Moyes wants to keep his job, we've got to be consistent with the amount of good performances we put in. Obviously, it's the basics of football. And the reason why I'm saying all of this is because we've won a few games where we've won off moments. Like the Tottenham game Tottenham away was lucky. But we defended really well, but we didn't actually do anything attacking-wise. We pressed a little bit. It wasn't a terrible performance, but it wasn't a great performance at all. Going forward, the Arsenal game I'll give, the Wolves game I'll give, the Brighton game I'll give. We didn't start performing against Chelsea until we had 10 men. We just about got over the line against Luton. A good first half that we should have put away. Against Man United at home, it was okay. I thought there were some good elements, and I was just happy more with the result rather than the actual win itself. And yeah, even before, we've got to remember, we have won one game in the last few games, so we've got to turn this around and put them on a new streak. But with stats like Emerson, Kudus, and Paquetá starting together, with the fact that we've never lost, those stats are cool to have in football, but it's not the be-all and end-all, is it? What I mean by that is, those kind of games, the records against clubs, teams, a player having a good record against a certain team, a certain amount of players starting and going unbeaten, doesn't matter when that kickoff starts at 3 o'clock. Like, it doesn't matter at all. But at the same time, we could use this as confidence from the last game. But what we can't do is sit back. And you could argue that it's actually worse to sit back against a team that goes direct all the time. Because we are not good when we invite crosses in. So Zuma used to be good at that. But even Kurt Zuma himself has not had the best concentration, not had the same Kurt Zuma concentration as the last time he came back from injury. I'll say his last okay game was the Bristol City away, where we were actually quite bad. We played a 3 at the back, and every time we play 3 at the back, we're shit. We haven't been good with 3 at the back for years. But ever since those games piled on, from the Sheffield United game onwards, Zuma has been bad. But what Zuma used to be good at is we defend deep, and we just head everything out. But, for example, Mavropanos deserves to keep his space. Great performance against Brentford. He has a mistake in him, but overall I still think he's a good defender. He just can't overcomplicate on the ball. Now, he's a person that I could look to and be like, yes, under a ball-playing side, you can do better. And you will get, the best will get out of you, sort of thing. But what I cannot accept is, if you can't find anything with the ball, you're going to have to find a solution when you're on the ball. So let's hope Mavropanos keeps his performances up. But at the same time, Ogbonna needs to come in. The experience to deal with Calvert-Lewin, I think he'll be better dealing with Calvert-Lewin than Zuma. And again, can stay on the bench, because I don't see any redeeming qualities when it comes to Nair for Ged, because he's lost that last standing ditch tackle that he usually would do. And his passing is very overrated. So make of that what you will. I think Emerson can take a lot of confidence going into the game. Obviously, Jared Bowen scoring a hat-trick, but this is what happens when you give service to people in the box. I said this in the Aftermath video. It's what happens when you give service to people that are in the box and all of that. Now, I don't know who they're going to start with. I don't know what their injury thing is like, but what I will say is that regardless of whether they have a fully fit squad or not, we need to go and do what West Ham rarely do, and that's get a result at Goodison Park. Now, our record at Goodison Park isn't that good, but we need to that needs to be ended, and it will be a crucial win. Now, if you want my prediction, because I actually don't think we will lose, because they don't score many goals, but I don't think we will win. And that's just because the physicality is I feel like it's just going to be one of them games that the neutrals don't want to watch, because there's going to be a lot of duels winning. There's going to be a lot of people trying to win headers in the air and stuff. So what I think it will be like a 1-1 draw. Now, the team should be the same, apart from Zuma for Ogbonna, but I think it will be the same as Brentford. So obviously Ariel in goal, Soufal, Zuma, Mavropanos, Emerson, Alvarez, Souček, Ward-Prowse, Kudus, Bowen, Paquetá. I think it will be the same team, because Moyes has his favourites. As much as I like Zuma as well, I'm not biased towards anyone on this channel. Anyone could get it. Anyone could get the same amount of criticism. Anyone could get the same amount of praise. You just got to put the performances in, and I'll just say it how I see it. Now, as much as I like Zuma needs to be dropped for Angelo Ogbonna, who probably needs to be moved on from this club as well due to his age and stuff. But he's actually a good servant, and he actually didn't deserve to be dropped. So neither did Mavropanos. Even though Mavropanos has a mistake in him, Mavropanos never deserved to be dropped. Like, just because Aged came back. It made no sense. But Moyes does what Moyes does. But this are the frustrations I have. I think another person that will need to keep a cool head but can have a really good game is Edson Alvarez. Edson Alvarez has a temper. Edson, not even a temper. He's 100% aggressive all the time. So whether it's a good challenge, bad challenge, clean tackle, not a clean tackle, he's aggressive. This is going to be one of them physical games where the Everton fans are going to still have a bounce from the recent points deduction, and they're fighting for their lives, I guess. But I don't think they will get relegated at all. There's been times where I've wanted Everton relegated, but like last season, the season before, because they've never suffered with it. But because of their points deduction, I don't want them to get relegated, because I think it's a bit unfair. It's the fact that it's the harshest punishment a team has received in the Premier League is ridiculous. But that is going to be it from me. I'm going to watch the darts. I wanted to get a quick preview before the darts, because I'm busy tomorrow, so I can't record a preview. But make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. Road to 500 subscribers. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. And the email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.